Do 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 do. Alright, nigga. You're.
Nigga. That's why I was probably doing that. I mean, cutting itself. There we go. Oh. Damn, song words are fine. Yes, not for real. Real Trapaholics. It's fun, ain't it? It was fun, wasn't it? Sounded better out. Where is that fucking chant? doing that dumb shit again. I hate when it does that. It's not starting exactly on the spot. Fuck, it's so tedious, bro.
Sensei, Sensei, he's a very dangerous man. Stay away from him. Sensei, he's a very dangerous man. Stay away from him. Stay away from him. Sensei, he's a very dangerous man. Stay away from him. Sensei, he's a very dangerous man. Very dangerous man. Please stay away from them. Please stay away from them. Sensei, he's a very
Oh, damn, I forgot I was filming.
Sensei, he's a very dangerous man.
Something's off with that one. Let's play some Tekken. Tekken.
Hello and welcome back in, everybody, to another One Piece spoiler video. As per usual, if you have not read the spoilers for yourself yet, I will have it typed out piece by piece down in the pinned comment, as well as sourcing it out to where I found these spoilers in the first place. So feel free to check them out there if you haven't already, because today we're here to yap about this upcoming freaking chapter. Dude, Emu Norona has landed, and he's taking names. He is straight up murking everybody in sight. Well, granted, he's not murdering them, but he is maiming them. So, getting right into it, we're not going to stall for too long. Chapter title is Omen. And the first bullet point says that Emu arrives at Zoro's group and attacks Gerd to free Saint Somers, and he cuts off some of Gerd's fingers in the process. And that is not all. But Hyrden, according to Worstgen, Hyrden sees this. He gets enraged. He tries to go after Emu, but that is when Stanzen stops him, and in the process, he loses a leg.
With the American Express Platinum Card, you can access over $3,500 in value each year.
Dude, Emu is the body part collector over here, man. Here's the thing, right? In One Piece, it is hard to see characters dying. Oda doesn't often kill them. Instead, he maims the hell out of them. And that's pretty much what's happening to the new Giant Warrior Pirates right here. Pretty
Why
crazy.
the fuck am I
But
fighting a
Worstgen
Tekken
even
god?
adds in that these attacks are so fast that nobody can really register what the hell is going on. It's crazy, man. We finally have a villain worth their salt. Oh, Zoro gets enraged by all of this. He goes in and tries to attack Emu with King of Hell Onigiri. Mind you, this is one of his most powerful attacks. It's up there in the King of Hell realm. But Emu blocks the attack with his tail, and then he creates a small black flame called Omen, which is, of course, the chapter title, and he throws it at Zoro's face, which leaves Zoro on the ground, bloodied. Dude, this is insane. And this flame, it is not just an attack move, because the next thing we see is that Emu goes over to his buddy Saint Somers, and he uses Omen, the black flames, on him. But instead of hurting Saint Somers, it actually revives him. Yes, that is right. This flame is versatile as hell. And brother, off rip, this does remind me of Luffy's white flames. It is very versatile. I kind of wonder if Luffy's simply going to be the inverse of this, or pretty much the exact copy, right? Where Luffy could also revive his teammates with his white flames. If Luffy could also use his white flames to damage people. I think he should be able to, but in my opinion, the reason Luffy hasn't really done much with his white flames is because he still thinks he has the Gumu Gumu no Mi somehow. Maybe once Luffy realizes that he's the sun god, he will have abilities like this, but we'll see. That's simply a theory, right? I do think that the black flames are intentional. Luffy having white flames, it's intentional. These guys, these powers are pretty much parallels, if not opposites of each other, which sounds kind of contradictory, right? But that's besides the point. So the next thing we see is that Emu then creates black wings on his back and flies away. I thought that this is very interesting because last chapter we saw that Emu spawned in with wings. When he started transforming into his devil form, the first thing that popped out were the wings on his back. But then we go over to that last panel where we see Emu posed up on the tower and we don't see the wings anywhere. So I guess the wings just disappear and reappear whenever he wants, which is pretty cool. You know, typically in animes and video games, wings, while they're nice, sometimes they're a hindrance because you can't go through certain door frames, or sometimes they just get in the way. So it is nice seeing that Emu has good utility with it. Like, oh, I don't want the wings, they're not there. I want the wings, they're there now. It's pretty crazy stuff. And I will admit, I am pretty excited to see what Emu looks like with the wings, brother. I cannot wait to see, like, a full body shot of this guy. Because last chapter, yeah, we did see, like, the full picture of him, but it was so far away that it was really hard to make out the details of what the hell's going on, right? It's like, okay, Oda, this is amazing. It's a nice spread, a nice pose, but we can't really tell what's going on here. So in this chapter, it looks like we will get, you know, multiple shots of Emu. This is an Emu-centric chapter. So we go on and we see that he now arrives at Sanji's group. And do you know why he goes there? He goes there to save his buddy Killingham. Yes, that is right. He revives killing him using Omen as well. Sanji goes in to kick Emu, but Emu blocks the attack with his leg. And then, insult to injury, pretty crazy, but Emu then kicks Sanji with black video games wings while they're not opposites of each other, which wings, but Emu that much it be kind of wrote. No mention of Luffy, surprisingly enough. I feel like Luffy would be the first person to arrive at the scene. I mean, dude, his crew is getting slapped left and right. You'd imagine Luffy would show up right away. Kind of like how he did with the Usopp and Brook situation, where the minute they went down, Luffy ran over and he said, "Hey, Usopp, Brook, who did this to you? I'm not playing anymore." I'm surprised he doesn't do it here. I think he will. Granted, these are brief spoilers. There are a lot of details missing. So I'd like to imagine Luffy is not too far behind. So yeah, come next week, it looks like we're in store for a lot more action, but I do wonder if we're going to get that Emu fight right away, or if Oda's going to stall a little bit and show us minor fights on the side. Because we got to remember, Dillingham and St. Summers are back in action. The brief spoilers do not mention Gunko, but I like to imagine if Emu wanted to, he could simply go over to Gunko and free her as well using Omen.
I hate these
Like, yeah,
characters,
I get it, right? Ragnar was said to be the only one that can thaw out the ice block safely, but this black flame is kind of crazy. So if you told me that Omen could also undo the freezing of Gunko, I would believe you. But maybe Emu doesn't want to do that right now because Gunko is currently rebelling, and we don't know how that's going to pan out, but we will see. Another big question is what is going to happen with Killingham and Summers now? Are they buffed with the Omen ability, or are they simply just revived? I'd like to imagine that Omen gives them a little bit of a buff.
Oh, he's good.
It kind of goes back to how there were a lot of theories that Luffy will eventually give his crewmates and his friends the white flame, and they'll get buffed. Kind of like a Naruto with the Nine Tails cloak. It might be that same thing, but with the white and black flames instead.
Auto insurance all seems the same until it's time to use it. With USAA, it's easy to file claims, schedule repairs, and access roadside assistance right through your app. Or you could take your chances somewhere else. Get a quote today.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual.
Hello. Good game. I fucked up. Good game. I fucked up. I was trying to hit him with a fucking back kick. That was good. That was a good match.
Folks, it's a bad day for J Prince Jr., J Prince Sr., the whole Prince family, the whole Mob Ties Collective are in a whole lot of trouble, okay? The biggest, baddest gangsters in Houston have gotten themselves in a mess that I don't know if they're going to be able to get out of. To be honest with you, it's no disrespect, but this situation is very serious, and there's a whole bunch of fallout, not just from the shooting of Ben 10 by Star JR, rapper from Detroit.
I can't get up!
With J Prince Jr. over a baby mama drama. Also, the very tragic murder of takeoff from the Migos, where, you know, they're saying Jay Prince Jr. was at the scene. There's a whole bunch of stuff going around that basically the Prince family have been involved in a lot of stuff, and their time might finally be coming to the end of the road, because it's being reported, and we've got to take this with a little handful, a fistful of salt, but it's been reported that according to WAC 100, the Alphabet Boys, the Feds, the FBI, the ATF, who knows, they're coming for the Prince family, okay? He posted, WAC posted, this has been reposted on Truth Teller TV. It says, well, my Houston back door just tapped in. Pause. Seems to me like old Jay Prince, respect, done scolded old Junior, Jay Prince Jr. And as for old little Bulldog, don't let him punk you like that. Stand a man, the old man, as you can call, stand a man. I said stand up as a man. It's don't really matter. It says, don't let him punk you like that. Stand like a man. The old man, as you call him, don't run nothing outside of the nickel. Sincerely, the exposers. And he said, word is the Alphabet Boys are coming. So he's saying that the FBI are actually going to be on the mob ties empire. Jay Prince Jr. might be in a lot of trouble. He's been associated with a lot of very messed up situations over the years.
I dodged
according to WAC 100, time might be running out. Now, look, I don't know for sure. I've not seen any other proof of this, but sometimes WAC be putting stuff out there. Sometimes it's true. Sometimes it don't quite add up. But he is saying that his Houston backdoor is telling him that the Feds, the Alphabet Boys, are coming for the Prince family. Now, WAC would elaborate a little bit on his thoughts on what happened over there in Houston with Ben 10 on the No Jumper show. So let's hear what he said there, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory, some other reactions going on, and some rumors that some very messed up stuff actually went down in the aftermath of Takeoff's murder. So let's hear what Wax said on No Jumper.
So allegedly there's a rapper also
believe the NBA team really with Jay Prince and them like that. So they're insinuating Junior sit Ben 10 on a mission. I don't believe Ben 10 will allow himself to be. I don't think NBA YoungBoy is going for any of his team being sent on a mission by anybody tied to that team.
But I mean, I feel like YoungBoy doesn't have complete control over his homies. He might have some control, but
ain't no control. It's about what they doing and what they ain't doing.
So Wax basically saying it don't make sense. YoungBoy in the NBA camp, they don't have beef with mob ties and Jay Prince over the years. It don't make sense. Why is Ben 10 frontlining for this situation? There must be more to the story than we know.
Now they say Junior in the building. Okay, he in the building. Junior got the bitch. It's his baby mama. Okay, he got his baby mama, right? But the fact that they say Junior sent dude over there to rob him, unless dude that's in the hospital says that, they need to stop that.
So you're saying Jay Prince Jr.'s baby mama was right up in that clip as well?
No, oh boy.
Who?
The Detroit rapper.
Oh,
Jay Prince, fucking the bitch.
Oh, so that's what they think that the beef is.
And
over.
I guess allegedly they saying he put his hands on his kid, which I don't believe Junior do no shit like that.
That sounds crazy.
He tender about a brawl. That's why he got his ass whooped by Bro. You know, Bro, the R&B singer, homie, whooped his ass real bad.
Jay Prince is out.
Yeah,
what R&B singer was this? I forget.
You don't know?
I don't know. This is too much.
Come on, bro. That's crazy.
Jay Prince Jr. fight.
So look, all right, Wax saying he also doesn't believe that Jay Prince Jr. put hands on All-Star JR's kid, and this was something that Jay Prince corroborated in this message, right? We read this before, I'll read it again. It says, the internet is so capped. First off, I went to the restaurant by myself to meet OG3 for his birthday dinner. I didn't have not one of my guys with me, and everyone who was at the restaurant was there organically to celebrate the homie's birthday. I didn't know Buddy was there, and I'd just come from physical therapy and my aunt's birthday dinner, which is why I was dressed like that. Secondly, I would never harm a child. The little boy loves me to death, so you can chill out with that BS too. I understand your bloggers want clicks, but at least attempt to tell the truth. You'll make up anything. I was raised to handle business in private, but this new generation only understands what posted, not what's real. That's when the story gets one-sided and silence starts looking like guilt. So you got to speak, not for them, but to set the record straight. He said he'll be sitting down to do an interview with somebody about this situation very soon. So Wack would go on to give a few more thoughts on this pod, and I'm going to show you some more stuff from outside.
My thing is, just because Jay Prince Jr. was there, doesn't mean he had involvement.
No, definitely. I mean, that's an easy narrative to spin if he's just there. You know, they're always going to take the most famous person in the room and loop them in
now,
somehow.
On the flip side, he does have sealed files. 6ix9ine did tell me he's a rat, and he been known for, you know, taking things from certain individuals who didn't want to give it up.
With Jay Prince Jr., I don't know anything about that, but
he got sealed files, bro. It's a fact.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I know him. I didn't see the scary side of it. scared as a mother.
Very like
Petrified.
him being scared.
Wag, bro, don't let him get me and tripping and out in blue. Swear to God, bro. I'm like, nigga, that's why when he be doing all this on, yeah, you know, this slow talk shit, that is not you.
Oh, yeah?
So he said some pretty explosive claims, right? He's initially saying, well, just because Jay Prince is there doesn't mean that he was involved, but then he's also saying that he got a serious reputation. They're saying he got a reputation of taking things from people who don't want to give it up. Now, I heard some stuff about that. Might not be quite what you think, but some pretty negative rumors that have been attached to him over the years. Now, a lot of people have been popping out to basically give their thoughts on Jay Prince Jr. and basically say they're not fucking with him. Another guy who was tapped in with a mob ties at one point, my guy Finesse 2 Times, who ironically, he's popping off on YouTube right now. Shout out to Finesse 2 Times, man. He have a motion on his channel, but he's been popping out, basically giving the goods up on how he feels about the Prince family and how he was dealt with. He claimed in a viral clip that's been going around that Jay Prince Jr. actually manipulated him in his deal, and he never knew how much he even signed over to him. So Jay Prince Jr. got a lot of enemies out here over the years.
Manipulated me into believing that we was doing a partnership deal. The contract says that it's a partnership deal. But then the body of the contract, I'm basically an artist. So you dressed it up to where I can see it as a partnership, like you my man, you my partner, you my guy. Just like when I found out about the royalties, about you being able to quarterback my play. I ain't never said you can quarterback my motherfucking play. I ain't know that, nigga. If I'd have knew you was finna quarterback my motherfucking play, and I'm finna go get $5,000, I'd have changed it. I'd have never signed with you. I'd have knew then you were full of shit. The fuck you talking about quarterback my play? We partners. We both on quarterback this shit. You can quarterback, I'm gonna run it back, or I have a quarterback, and you can run it back, nigga. You can wide receiver, kick and pitch, or whatever, nigga. But I just know you. They got the contract drew up where I can't go in there and say nothing. But it's partnership deal. Fuck out of here. Straight through this shit.
The April 15th tax deadline is coming, and your max refund is a few steps away with TurboTax.
So there's a lot of reasons that people don't like Jay Prince Jr. One of the other things that's obviously massive is the murder of Migos rapper Takeoff. Now, this happened at a Houston bowling alley. Jay Prince Jr. was in attendance, and a lot of people didn't like the way that he handled things. Now, basically, it says Takeoff was shot to death after a private party hosted by Jay Prince Jr., the son of the Rapalot co-founder Jay Prince, at a bowling alley in downtown Houston in the early hours of November 1st, 2022. Investigators said the shooting erupted after a dice game where Takeoff's uncle, Quavo, got into an argument with those playing the game. So, what's really crazy about this is this was never solved. That's because allegedly the person that did it was murdered a few days after. Now, what I'm about to tell you, that these are all reasons why the feds might be looking into Jay Prince Jr. and his father, okay? Because a lot of people were very upset about what happened with Takeoff. Jay Prince Jr. was in attendance. He was actually seen hanging out on good terms with the likes of Takeoff and Quavo back in the day, back when things were good. Things were all good. Just a week ago, or however long ago this was, they were locked in, hanging out, having a good time.
Through the town, man. Slide through the town. Got the birthday boy with me. Yeah. Slide through the town. Got the birthday boy with me. Yeah. Yeah, we on the field. Yeah, the field boy. Like this motherfucker. I got one for you now.
So look, they was all good in Houston. They was all hanging out, having fun, going to Jay Prince Jr.'s birthday party. But this viral video after Takeoff was killed, you know, it depicted apparently Jay Prince Jr. walking past the body. And this is titled "Jay Prince Jr. nonchalantly walks away from the scene while Quavo tries to pick Takeoff off of the floor." So that was reportedly the mob ties walking through and just walking away, and a lot of people felt it was disrespectful. Now, Jay Prince Sr. would even respond to everything that happened with the Takeoff death, and ironically, he would point the finger at some other people in a few viral clips.
I wanted to ask you about with, I believe it was Junior, they said he walked by. What is that all about?
You know, one of the biggest lies that was told, he walked by, you know, Takeoff body as if he was heartless and didn't care. In reality, you know, Junior, my cousin Michael Prince, that's here with,
shout out Mike,
you know what I mean? They was there with Takeoff from the beginning to the end. You know what I mean? You know, even when they walked by, the walk by part, it took 3 seconds of an hour in some situation. When Mike and Junior was walking by, he actually went in the restroom to wash blood off his hand where he had reached up on the takeoff. He had to pick him up, and his fingers went in.
So he's basically saying, actually, my son was there, he was trying to help out. And Jay Prince Jr. would also suggest in another interview that he had actually stayed with Quavo the rest of the evening, or, you know, for quite a long period of time while this was going on. Now, I don't know how true this is, but this is what he
I stayed with Quavo. We stayed out there probably like 2 or 3 hours together before we all parted ways and made sure each other was cool. Like, me and him stayed out there. Like, one other person pulled up, but it was me and him that stayed out there for hours after this transpired. So I stayed.
So he's saying that he stayed out there with them for hours. Now, Jay Prince Sr. would interestingly actually seemingly diss.
I ain't gonna leave him out. You know, I'm just real like this, you know, because, you know, niggas be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And I don't like them kind of individuals, you know, and the truth of the matter is, you know, one can dance and different things in front of these different cameras and all that kind of shit. And when reality, the truth of the matter is, you know, nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So for you to be clown that came here, I wish he would have never came with Quavo. I wish he would have never brought this nigga into Houston because he can't think. You know what I mean? His whole root of everything happening is from his action. And to be frank, honest about the situation, I wish that bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff because he was the one that deserved that. It's
a lot of people aren't feeling it. People saying nobody deserves a bullet over words. Don't wish death on nobody because you ain't coming back from that. He's saying Jay Prince moved in silence for decades and now he's falling apart the same way a fish does by opening his mouth. Jay Princess, be careful when you wish death upon somebody. So the comments are hating on him. Super hating on him, okay? And interestingly enough, he would say in another clip that basically, you know, they have years of honor and history and stuff like this never happens, and except when it does.
All right, Mikey, how's it looking? What do you see?
I have no idea. I'm not trained for something like this.
Easy, Mike, easy. We got this. Just take a deep breath and describe to me what you're looking at. Letters, numbers, cryptic phrases.
Whoever put this together, they clearly did not want to make it easy.
Hey, it's easy to get overwhelmed in a situation like this. Just, tell me the first numbers you see. 1, 0.
Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, you know, I have a track record, man. The Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years. So, you know what I mean? Honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean. You know, when a man attacks a situation with a weapon, then, you know, it become a playing field where, you know, any and everything goes. So that's what we're dealing with right here, and that's the root of this situation.
So everybody's hating on Jay Prince Sr. for this. They're saying it's $1 million worth of clownery for this interview alone.
I fuck with King. That boy's
stepping in
saying,
to clean up Junior's mess. Saying he's watched The Godfather too many times. Saying what I heard was, yes, we did it, and it never would have happened if that one person didn't attack first, period. Nothing more, nothing less. He says the end is near. You can hear it in his voice. No way a real boss does anything like that. Okay. The more Senior talks, the more he proves that he's worse than Junior. He should have remained silent. He better not take the stand with that. Why aren't they asking that guy that wasn't there anything at all? He wasn't even there. So it's like Junior and Senior switch positions. Senior's supposed to lead by example by checking Junior on making better decisions. Period. All that being said, and we still don't know who killed Takeoff. Spill it. You're already dry snitching. Now, there was a lot of disrespect, and I'll tell you about who killed Takeoff in a minute. But, okay, Jay Prince would spark outrage with his memorial to Takeoff at the site of his killing. So this was going viral. People were very upset. They basically weren't feeling the memorial that was left at the site of the killing. Basically, it's a memorial set up at the scene of the murder outside the bowling alley, and they released doves, but some people weren't feeling it after the video. Fans expressed displeasure over it. Many people were upset that the Prince family were in flowers and not Takeoff's. That the Prince were upset that the Prince family was in flowers. Was it in the? Did it say the Prince family?
Oh, dude.
You're joking. It's not a. It's a memorial to their own family. It says H-Town Unlimitless Prince family. So it's a memorial to themselves. That's actually disgraceful. To be honest with you, that's actually a complete disgrace. The Prince family, why would you put your name above where this murder took place? You're kind of putting yourselves in it a little bit. Is they thinking there's some big gangster power move, like we're going to claim it, we're going to rep on it? That's actually insanity. People saying Jay Prince will never see heaven. They're saying this was low-key insulting and I don't like it, to another fan. So it was actually extremely disrespectful the way that they did that, putting up a memorial in their own name. The Prince family, that's insane. That's actually insane. I can't believe
he kicked anyway, me. I'll go for a move, and he was able to get the fucking grab out.
That the man that actually killed Takeoff was killed soon after, and this is why a lot of people think the feds might be coming.
You saw what happened.
Going on.
Allegedly,
there's a bunch of viral clips going around where people have said on places like Vlad TV that the person that killed Takeoff was killed soon after.
You saw what happened. Allegedly, the young man who allegedly killed Takeoff, now he's dead and gone.
Yep.
So it sounds like some cleaning house went on, okay? And Seti Nash will break this down too in a bit more detail in another video.
Lil Kim death. Lil Kim has passed away. Joshua Isaiah Cameron, popularly known by his nickname Lil Kim, is confirmed dead following a shooting in Houston tonight. According to reports, the singer, who was originally from a small town in
bro, he just presses so much.
Days after Migos rapper Takeoff was shot to death at a bowling alley in Houston. Lil
He
Kim,
presses
in a viral video in a yellow or orange hoodie, was standing right by Takeoff a few minutes before the shooting. That man is not dead, bro. Let me stop y'all real quick. Just stop and think for 2 seconds. So Jay Prince Jr. and Mob Ties would have asked him out because he did what he was supposed to do? No. That's number one. Number two, do y'all realize that that's conspiracy on top of conspiracy on top of multiple murders now? Do y'all realize how fast that Rico would come in? Do you realize the whole entire Prince family would be in jail right about now? I don't hear nothing but when. It didn't happen. It makes zero sense. Do you understand the heat that would be on them cats for that? The police would actively have to go after these cats, because one thing you can't do is have one mysterious killing on top of another mysterious killing. Do I believe the police know who did it? Absolutely, 100% wouldn't deny it. But do I think they would put out something so egregious? There's other reports that say the police already named him as a person of interest. No, they didn't. They was talking about Buddy with the S hat on. So that's the second thing. The third thing, and the biggest thing is this.
How do they do that? How do the birds all know to fly to the same direction in circles?
How it looks, it looked like possibly a soldier following orders. You won't have any soldiers if the soldier is sat up here not taken care of.
Come on with this cutscene shit. I can't skip this.
Y'all know he got family up over there. So you mean to tell me that his family just gonna let y'all slide on him and won't do nothing? Nah, buddy, nah. And the type of dude that is allegedly, if he was to do that, that's a big if he did it. Why would he trust y'all? Especially after that statement your daddy made. Come on, bro. Certain things gotta make sense and certain things don't. And this don't make sense. Because as soon as the first bullet would have popped off, bro, I'm telling you right now, you would have had to make sure that you killed this man. Because if he would have lived, he could have went ahead, turned snitch. Because the case would be basically this. Multiple counts of conspiracy, multiple counts of murder, multiple counts of witness intimidation. Did we not hear the police officer say 40 people left with 0 statements? Yeah, that's a Rico right there. And I'm not a prosecutor, but I'm pretty sure I can whoop your ass with that. But y'all let me know y'all comments. Subscribe, turn on that bell to stay notified so you can catch this stuff live. If it don't come from Nash or somebody I rock with, pass.
If you want to stand out in 2026, you need tools that are going to help you sound original. Hey, it's Greg, founder and CEO of Outbreak. True story, when I was 22, I came to Los Angeles trying to make a career in music. I didn't have
So there's rumors that this is actually a fake death and that they're pretending that he's dead. So there's a bunch of really interesting stuff going around on Reddit where they basically say that Lil Cam got arrested in connection with the bowling alley incident. It says Cameron Joshua, 22, was arrested Tuesday, November 22nd. Was arrested for unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly possessing a firearm at a location other than the premises where the defendant lived. Okay? Basically, they're saying it was arrested for a gun in his possession of the night of the murder, but he wasn't arrested initially in connection to the murder. So this would be going around. People would say Quavo was arguing with Jay Prince Jr., and when he walked off, Lil Cam shot Takeoff in the head and then used him as a human shield. The Prince family is shook, getting death threats, and they're allegedly hiding the dude, Lil Cam, with the yellow hoodie. So there's rumors that he's dead. Now they're saying it's a fake story. People are saying Lil Cam 5th ain't dead. Fake story going around he is. Let me know when you get actual news report on a young man being shot in the 5th ward, because that fake ass blog post isn't true. It said in the video he ain't dead and they're hiding him. Alright? So this is a crazy story. I've never seen anybody doing a fake death cover up a murder, okay? And it was going around everywhere that two suspects had actually been charged. So Cameron Joshua, Lil Cam 5th, and then Patrick Xavier Clark would also allegedly be charged with a murder. And I don't think that this has gone to trial or anything yet. This is from Takeoff's Wikipedia page, where it basically says the Houston police reported on it, and it basically said that 2 other people had been shot during the incident. And basically it says Joshua Cameron, known as Lil Cam 5th, was detained in Houston, and Patrick Xavier Clark.
They could just do any. These characters are so fucking scrubby.
Indicted by a grand jury for the murder of Takeoff. And basically we're still waiting for a result as far as how this trial is actually going to go down. So he was on $1 million bond. There have been rumors going around that
GG's, bro. Scrubby characters.
Paying for the lawyers and stuff like that in this situation.
Getting scrubbed
but it's
out by
still
Victor.
Really unclear, and it's a whole mess going on. So Seti Nash would also only a few weeks ago touch on basically the the rumors of the alleged killer of Takeoff having a whole legal team. And people wondering how he was paying for that.
Attorneys for the 33-year-old Patrick Xavier Clark spoke out following the preliminary hearing, saying,
"Come on, where's my fucking role?"
Public opinion and plan to fight to ensure that he receives a fair and unbiased trial. Yeah, we're gonna stop right there. So now we have a dilemma. We have a crazy dilemma. We have a dilemma to remember, because how is it that you couldn't make bond before? You had a benefactor, a rich uncle, like they say, right? They say you got a rich uncle. All right, cool. Right. Something hard to believe about that. But on the papers, it does show. So even though I find it hard to believe, it don't matter what I believe. What the paperwork says, it says, hey, this man right here who ain't Jay Prince paid for it. But y'all know how Seti Nash do. The hood lawyer for a reason. Jay Prince has done used this lawyer before as well. Let me read y'all 2 interviews before I do. So he has an article. It's funny because it says Star Wars. Let's get that up out of here. It's Star Trek over here, so we don't scribble that up out of here. Thank you. Famous and in trouble, Kid Schaefer's Your Man. Meet 3 celebrities who were glad to have Houston's lawyer to the stars. So basically, it goes on, and I'm only going to read like the first paragraph. A lot of people in my field tell you how wonderful they are, how smart they are, says Kent Schaefer. I kind of let my results talk for me. Fellow attorney and Channel 2 legal analyst Brian Weiss, who has known Schaefer since 1980 and worked with him on countless cases, says Schaefer's results have earned him the pinnacle status in the legal community. Pound for pound, says Weiss, he's the best at what he does. That's like a Brian Steele or a Drew Finn. You hear what I'm saying? So let's go to the first person, right? Tom Sizemore. In September 2011, Sizemore, a 90s Hollywood fan favorite, was arrested for allegedly violating probation.
Where's my move, bro?
In rehab stints, his career was suffering. Taking his case, Schaefer explained to a Los Angeles judge that, in fact, Sizemore was not in violation, that his previous attorney hadn't filed proper paperwork on time, and that any further probation...
Bro, come on!
The judge agreed, terminated Sizemore.
These characters are dumb.
What? Y'all gotta remember, these lawyers don't win every case.
He's scared. I just got double perfect.
Hit with life sentences. And then we got this man right here. Let's take him back all the way to almost 20 years ago. Prosecutors dismissed assault charges in Jay Prince's gym beating case. Now, this article is pretty good, so I'm gonna be honest, it's a hell of a read. The Harris County District Attorney's Office has dismissed aggravated assault charges against Jay Prince, founder and CEO of Houston's Rap-A-Lot Records. Rap-A-Lot announced today. The charges stem from a January 2007 incident at Prince's Prince Complex.
Bro, that's so dumb. He's like fucking sliding back.
Beaten up because he would not sign a contract selling part of his interest in 7303, a local recording studio. Before the criminal charges were filed, Bookman had filed a $10 million.
Where the fuck is that move?
The criminal trial had been scheduled for August 4th.
GG's, my nigga.
After reviewing Bookman's deposition in the civil case,
I'm good, bro.